Welcome back. In the previous part, we did a little investigating to see what had happened to Gans. Seems like he just got very, very lucky. I'm sure that's all that's going on. He was just incredibly lucky. And won 500,000 mira, 500,000 mira. How much do I have? Nowhere near 500,000. But the day has come to an end, so it's time for us to return to the SSS.
Oh, this is adorable.
Phew, we're home.
Oh, she's so adorable. Oh, you're back. Yay.
I wish I could be as full of energy as you always are, Kia.
Yep, I'm always ready to roll.
You're late. Was there a lot of work today? More or less. Bet we would have keeled over if we didn't have that nice car to drive around in. I second that. Hey, Tia. Look super tired. You alright? Yes, I'll be fine. After all, seeing your cute face has re-energized my batteries, Kia. Kia?
Since I'm so full of energy, I don't mind sharing some with you. Snuggle.
That's Kia for you. Never seen medicine that potent. Perhaps a Kia hug is stronger than a wonder drug. Thank you, Kia. I think I'm sufficiently recharged.
I'm glad. God, she's just so adorable again. I can't stop saying it, I know, but she is.
Come to think of it, is the chief not home yet, Kia?
Chief? Oh, he's over in his office. A visitor came by and he's still talking with him.
Oh. Visitor? That's pretty rare considering the time. Do you remember what he looked like?
He's an old man with a big beard. Kinda reminds me of a bear. I think the chief called him something like a lawyer.
Oh, Mr. Grimwood's here. Why is he stopping by so late? Shall we go greet him while we have the opportunity?
I will leave all that to you. I'm on kitchen duty tonight.
You're right with cooking for everyone? If you want, I could take over for you tonight.
No, I already made preparations for dinner earlier. It should be almost ready. Kia, hold on for just a little while longer, okay? Oh, Tia. Can I help you get the food ready?
You want to?
Well, then you'll be my sous chef. Kinda cuck. Yay.
Growl. This guy's napping without a care in the world. Well, at this point, I'm not too surprised. Sorry, please wait a moment. I'll get everything up and running. Oh wait, you don't need to be in such a rush, Tio. We'll help out later.
Very well, I'll be counting on you all.
Sorry, please wait a moment, I'll get everything up and running.
Helping. My dinner should be ready in just a little bit, I think. Helping. So freaking adorable.
Excuse us. Hey, what took so long? Oh, sorry to be intruding when it's so late. So it was Mr. Grimwood after all. It's not every day you decide to visit us. Yes, well, I had some matters to discuss with Sergei. Since I was in the neighborhood, I took the opportunity to stop by. Matters to discuss? Yeah, I'll cut to the heart of it. It's about Kia's identity. Oh, then did you guys figure anything out? Unfortunately not. Seems her request was also submitted to the guild, but I, at Sergei's behest, explored another possibility. Fortunately, it wasn't... No. Actually, I'm pleased to say the possibility I looked into was a bust. You were happy it was a bust? Right. It's pertaining to a story several years back. Is it gonna be Ren? There were multiple cases of child abductions, primarily being focused in the Calvard Republic. Child abductions? Horrible. I'll omit the more unnecessary details, but it's a pretty massive scandal. Because Calvard wasn't the only country targeted, an international investigation team was created to get to the bottom of things. Each country's army, police forces, the Brace Guild, you name it. Everyone cooperated to put an end to that mess. Even Erebos. That's crazy. It's the first I've heard of it. Same here. Since it was kept under wraps, it must have been pretty damn serious. Yes. Eventually the case was closed. Due to its nature, in the end, the case was treated as strictly confidential. Any reason I know about it is because I was involved, serving as an advisor. Please, hold on a second. Saying there's a chance Kia could be one of the victims from this whole abduction incident? I thought the same thing, so I searched through the case records again. To my relief, I wasn't able to find any children who matched Kia's description. For the record, the men responsible for those horrors were almost all arrested. Almost. And the rest committed suicide. Today, I simply came to inform Sergei of my findings. I see. I'm relieved that Kia wasn't a part of that. The fact that it actually happened is like, yeah, Kia wasn't a part of it. But was Tio? I would have ended up telling you about all this eventually. Anyway, we're back to square one with Kia. Well, no skin off our back, right? Just gotta keep looking after the kiddo until we find one of her relatives. Right. I'd appreciate it if you kept sheltering the child here. But in case we can't end up finding a relative, we should consider entrusting her to a foster family. Or to a church orphanage. Hold on. But we'll need to wrap your heads around these possibilities. Adopting a kid and properly raising them is not something you can jump into half-assed. No matter how adorable she may be. It's true, she's adorable. That might be true. Probably a bit more difficult than taking in a stray kitten or something. Sorry, everyone. Sounds like I brought down the mood a bit. You just returned from a long day of work, correct? Imagine we have a report to finish, so it's about time I excuse myself. No, please wait. The truth is, there's something we were planning on consulting you about. Oh? With me? Yes, actually. I'd explain the situation with the missing minor to Sergei and Mr. Grimwood. So, you were working on a missing persons case. Sounds like a job for the SSS, alright. It didn't seem like anything illegal was going on. We just left him how he was. Wonder if we should have tried a little harder to get him to go home. Well, that's a complicated question. If our base had tried to, there's a possibility that he'd listen to reason or at least negotiate, but if a police officer tried to pull that move, odds are that the whole situation would turn into a giant fiasco. It's an exceedingly fine line. I was afraid you'd say that. The guy is old enough to make his own decisions, so unfortunately, it's none of our business. If he were just some brat, we could have given him a spanking and taken him home. That's true. However, you mentioned he gained gambling skill, luck, and intuition. Like he was a different man. Triple dot. Ian, something about this rub you the wrong way. Well, it might just be a coincidence, but lately 2 other similar stories have come to my attention. No kidding. You're telling me there's not one, but 2 Dormangan worms? 3 lucky bastards who hit the jackpot? No, it's a bit different. The stories I heard about involve a stockbroker who works for a securities firm, and the manager of a trading company. Trading company? Recently, both companies sustained heavy losses and were almost in the red, but the last few days they seem to have experienced an incredible rebound. I'd hardly believe it until I saw the numbers. Especially the stockbroker. The story goes that he bought and sold stocks with unprecedented luck and intuition, as if he could see the future. That sounds pretty familiar. Don't worry. Sure, it's only coincidence, so that's Bond. From what I've heard, Their attitudes have changed in addition to their skills. They're supposed to become extremely arrogant. That tidbit piqued my interest. That's definitely strange. Hey, Ian, any chance you know the backgrounds of these two? Nah, not yet. But if interested, I can start researching right away. One of them is Bond. I know that much. Well, they check possible ties, I presume. Yes, if possible. Something catch your attention, Chief? I mean, you're in this business, Lloyd. Never hurts to have all the information you can. It's as simple as that. I understand. Guy told me something like that too. That the decisive factors in an investigation are intuition and the information you uncover. Well then, I'll get out of your way now. If you ever have anything bothering you, don't hesitate to stop by my office. I'll do everything in my power to help you out. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. When the time comes, we'll come knocking. It's just which trading company, yeah. Ravage managed to recover their smuggling routes. Yes, sir. 3 of the routes we decimated over the last week have already been reorganized. We've been trying to impede them, when their resilience was most unexpected. How curious. I was led to believe that they didn't have the manpower to accomplish such a thing. Did their boss finally involve himself in their restoration efforts? That's the strangest part. The killing bear was nowhere to be found. This appeared to solely be the work of subordinates. The reports state that they only brought enough for a small army. Not only that, but there were no warhounds present either. How interesting. Now I'm even more curious. Had this been a battle of numbers, Heiyue should have come out victorious. Did they employ those Rhineford heavy machine guns, perhaps? Yes, exactly. Their main forces appeared to have been armed with them. However, the report also mentions that their battle prowess has skyrocketed. Interesting. I get the impression Don Marconi is trying his damnedest to appease the speaker and quell his rage. I don't recall any news reports of Jaegers being employed or any training exercises being held either. Very peculiar indeed. Are you implying that they've acquired a trump card right under our noses? Precisely. When comparing our respective trump cards, I get the feeling that theirs is extraordinary. Much like Master Yin, I believe that theirs is a wild card. One that can turn the tides of battle at a moment's notice. Damn then. What in the world is it then? What was that? Ah, yes. Speak of the devil, and he shall come. We've got a big problem on our hands. A group of men, draped in black, are unloading rounds into the building. Ravage, I think. There's about 10 of them, and the killing bear isn't one of them. There are only 10 measly grunts. Hurry up and finish them off, then. Now, don't worry about the police. This is self-defense, so anything goes. Well, the thing is, those guys aren't human. I'm telling you. They're holding massive machine guns with just one hand. The first floor has been breached. It's only a matter of time before they reach us, sir. Damn it. Only Master Yin was here. Oh dear. I don't think I'll be able to outwit them in a barbaric situation like this. Master Sao? You don't mean? I've been leaving now. Relying on Yin for a petty squabble like this would be a stain on Heiyue's name. Come, let us demonstrate our might as the conquerors of the Eastern Quarter. That's the point we're going to be investigating then, is this night raid. Clearly. It's the name of the game, everyone. It's a new day, everyone. This girl is full of surprises. You're telling me that Kia cooked all of these sunny side up eggs for us? She sure did. Her technique was so good that I found myself taking mental notes while watching. Fried eggs with a bit of runny yolk. Nice. Get a load of this bacon too. It's like perfectly crisp. She does seem to have quite the knack for the culinary arts. Yesterday's cream stew was basically her own creation. Sure you haven't had any prior cooking experience, Kia? I don't know. Maybe? Whenever I cook, it's like my hands are moving on their own. I guess it's true that cooking is more through personal experience than anything else, but the fact that she's this talented at her age is pretty amazing. Hey Tia, I was wondering, do you feel okay today? You look fine as far as I can tell. Don't you think it'd be better to take the day off and rest? No, I'm fine. After all, I went to bed quite a bit earlier than usual yesterday. Can if need be. I don't think we have any urgent requests to take care of, so we can always wait and see how you feel. A call? Pretty early for that, ain't it? Is it Fran? I'll check. Hello, this is Lloyd Bannings of the Special Support... Yeah, I know already. Now where the heck are you? What are you doing right now? Jonah? Wow, I wasn't expecting a night owl like yourself to be awake this early in the morning. Implying I didn't pull an all-nighter. But enough about that. Doesn't matter. From how carefree you sound, I bet you don't know anything at all, right? Don't know what exactly? So you don't know? Well then, I, the great and brilliant Jonah, will do you a favor. In the dead of night yesterday, or technically today, I guess, but that's beside the point. Either way, Heiyue's office building was raided by someone. What? They were caught completely off guard, too. No offense, all defense, you know? Apparently they took some serious damage. If you ask me, it had to have been done by those Ravage guys. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Thanks for the heads up, Jonah. You owe me one, Lloyd. That was Jonah? Yeah, something crazy's popped up. Lloyd relayed the information he heard from Jonah to the rest of the special support section. Is that really true, Lloyd? It's freaking insane. It's bold to pull off such a thing in the city, even if it was in the middle of the night. What? Interesting development. If true, I'd bet anything that the First Division has already jumped on the case. If it bothers you that much, go check it out. But only after you finish eating. Will do, sir. Oh, right. Will you be good to go, Tia? Yes, of course. We can walk over to the Harbour District after we finish our breakfast. I guess we finished our breakfast. Right, so let's go... I was going to say go straight over there, but there might be stuff around. So I'm just going to go check for a little bit of a mini rounds, go see what's going on in the town. Huh? It was actually worth it to play in a group of 3. Alright, Momo, from now on you're a part of the squad. Yes. Let's keep playing together. Here, Momo, I'm going to pass it to you. Get ready to catch it, okay? I'm ready. Aww. Those 3 are hanging out today. Didn't you know? It's more fun to play in a larger group. It's like Momo's here. Yay! Yeah, Momo. I'm going to pass it to you. Get ready to catch it, okay? I'm ready. Oh, Tio. Yes, what is it? You've got a weary look on your face, so I thought you might be exhausted. It's my imagination. Are you okay? I think it's just a bit of fatigue from investigating the Moon Temple yesterday. May have strained myself a bit too much. Tio-Tot's always saving us with her perceptive abilities. Yeah, she's helped us out more times than I can count. Try not to push yourself too hard, okay?
Yes, I understand. Oh, up and early this morning, are we? Something happened? If you need to discuss anything, feel free to take a seat. No, actually, sir. We have reports that Heiyue Trading Company was raided by an unknown group of assailants. By Adios, is that true? We're on our way to check it out now, actually. Everything we've heard points to Ravage being our perps, though. An attack like that in the harbor? I can't say I understand what's going through their heads. Ravage, that is. I can comprehend wanting to attack their main competitor, but something about this sounds sloppy, as if it wasn't planned. We're actually thinking the same thing. Nothing about this suggests the beginning of a full-fledged war between the mafias. Either way, we need to be cautious. I have no doubt businesses are going to be flocking to the office once they hear the news. Good luck. That'll tell me something useful. Thank you, sir. Honestly, I don't think we've ever stopped by without owing you another favor. Raiding a competitor in such a populated area. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. Anyway, a lot of businesses will be feeling uneasy because of the situation. And we still can't ignore the possibility of retaliation by Heiyue. Careful with all this, everyone. Jonah is stuffing his face with pizza. Munch, crunch, slurp. So how was Heiyue looking? Pretty nasty, I bet. Well, we were just about to go check it out. Come on, man. Now's not the time to be chilling here. Go! Customers don't like waiting for info, you know? They just plan to circulate the details after we work for them, eh? Do you want to think very carefully about your response? Well... I just want to earn back a little mirror. Those information fees are killer. Come on, I'm just looking after my livelihood. This boy hasn't been disciplined once in his life, has he? Hey, I was surprised to hear something crazy like that too, you know. Since I accidentally spilled the beans, could we settle on an installment plan? Come on, no need to look so angry. Jonah, now you guys came. You hear about the big news about Heiyue already? Yeah, we've already started conducting our investigation. Actually, I just noticed, haven't all of the bracers gathered here? See, the divine blade of wind is downstairs. He's truly a sight to behold. Yeah, they contacted all of us on our enigmas this morning. That's why we've all gathered here on such short notice. Damn, you guys are way too coordinated. You sure you're not just a bunch of slackers? But anyway, Ravage sure left one heck of a mess for us to clean up. You said it, sister. Sure, there might be less people there at night, but civilians still could have gotten caught up in their mess. I'm so pissed at the Mafia. Can't wait to rearrange their faces with my staff. Oh. Man, I want to just scope out some details on the Mafia too. Those jerks barred us though. Apparently some kind of agreement that lets the police take precedence in times like this. So that note, you guys are going to go snooping for us, right? Right? I thought I had a solid grasp on the situation in Crossbell. When a situation like this occurs, it feels like there's a huge barrier to overcome. No, you're not allowed to say barriers, that's a Lloyd thing. Fortunately, I think we were able to accurately assess the situation. The SSS boys are back again, eh? So, you've all come. You've already heard the news? Yeah, I assume that means you're already well aware then. Well, yeah. We contacted everybody in the branch already, so they're gathered on the second floor. I know. Gotta prepare ourselves for the possibility of a war between the two organizations. It's just as I feared. Damn, the police are slacking compared to you guys. I don't have much to offer in words, but our procedures are much different from yours. We've got our own way of handling an emergency, as I'm sure you do too. Think you'll be able to handle it if you conduct yourselves in the usual manner. Good to know. Thanks. Security seems pretty tight today. Yeah, and they're a little more pissed off than I'd imagined. Well, they did just raid Heiyue. They're probably on edge, worrying about a possible retaliation. Sense a great deal of tension and pain radiating through the alley. I would advise against approaching them. Probably for the best, yeah. They even broke the flower beds. This place is a mess. A raid will do that. Yep, this confirms it.
Seen traces of heavy weaponry all over. At least they didn't resort to blowing them with explosives. I see you guys are on the scene too. Hey Franz, how's the situation looking? We rushed out here as soon as we heard the news and checked several different locations, but I don't know much yet. All I've heard is that shots were fired in the middle of the night. Dudley and the others are in the middle of conducting an investigation. Sounds like the 1st Division took on the case immediately. They are highly coordinated. I'd like to ask the members of Heiyue some questions. Do you mind letting us inside? Suppose I could. I was only told to not let civilians pass through here. We'll have to make up an excuse to Dudley for me, though. Of course. Thanks for helping us out. Who the heck's crazy enough to open fire during the dead of night in a place like this? By the way, make sure you come up with an excuse for Dudley or something. I don't want to end up with him keeping an eye on me. He probably has his eye on you anyway. You? Oh dear, this is quite destructive. So, my apologies for intruding on you. We wish to collaborate with you. So, would you be willing to share details on the raid with us? You'll have to forgive me. After all, it was late into the night. Haven't the densest, foggiest idea of whom the assailants may be, or why they targeted our humble company. Even so, it appears you were able to mount an efficient defense. The 1st and 2nd floors are devastated, yet this room remains spotless. How in the world were you able to fend off assailants armed with heavy machine guns? I'll admit it was tricky. However, the assailants managed to escape our grasp, I'm afraid. Many of our men were sent to St. Ursula. Oh dear, what a disaster. You have my condolences. If you'll... Excuse us. You four. What's the special support section doing here? Why, good morning, Detective Bannings. I see the rest of you are in attendance too. Pardon our interruption, Sal. I know you're busy with the aftermath of the raid, but could I borrow a minute of your time? Anything for you, my friend. If you'll excuse us then, Dudley, I appreciate you having stopped by. I'll step aside then. This irritates me to no end, but I'm leaving this snake to you. Try to get what you can out of him. Yes, sir. It has been quite some time, my friends. I hear you all had quite the adventure on the final day of the anniversary festival, correct? I'm assuming Yin has already informed you? As you know, the Special Support Section doesn't follow conventional investigative protocol. And with that in mind, how about you go ahead and tell us your true intentions? Oh, what's this? Lloyd? There's no point wasting our time with his usual song and dance. Not only that, but we have a lot of ground to cover with, Sal. I figured I'd get straight to the point. Oh, Lloyd, pretty gutsy move, eh? I'm surprised, Lloyd. It's rare to see you act audaciously. Exactly as I had anticipated, Mr. Bannings. I had seen this coming from the beginning. Well, I'm not particularly fond of trivial exchanges anyway. If your questions are within the realm of my knowledge, I will provide the answers you seek. Thank you, Sal. I wanted to ask you about these 3 topics. Ooh. The assailant's true identity is the bottom one I saw. I was like, The assailant's true identity. Are you positive Ravage is behind last night's raid? Can you say for certain that the attack wasn't carried out by a third party? I highly doubt it was anyone other than Ravage. Doubting the possibility entirely, are we? Sir? The assailants may have been masked to conceal their identities, but there's no doubt it was Ravage's men. Their weapons and combat style were identical to Ravage. Kind of stuff isn't so easy to obscure.
I see. That makes sense to me. In that case, something's still rubbing me the wrong way. You Heiyue dudes are all pretty damn good martial artists. Your main man Lao here looks like he could hand out beatings left and right. You flatter me. I'm sure Ravage doesn't have a shortage of combat pros, but none of them could match up with you guys one-on-one. So then how'd you guys get trashed so hard by a handful of their thugs? Was that old Killing Bear leading the charge or something? No, I don't believe he participated in the attack. Neither did his right-hand men, for that matter. I believe Ravage's regular combat personnel to be behind the attack. If that's the case, then how... Their techniques were simple. Their speed and power were beyond comprehension. They were able to brandish those heavy machine guns single-handedly. Our defenses were easily crushed by their unnatural strength. They overtook the first 2 floors with ease. No fooling. Triple dot. It wasn't only limited to the power and speed either. They had inhuman endurance as well. And thanks to that, I had to put into practice a few dangerous techniques. Dangerous techniques like what? You seem pretty knowledgeable about combat yourself, Sal. I am nothing but an amateur compared to Master Yin. Okay, future interactions. I'll get straight to the point, Sal. How do you plan to respond to their raid? Oh, what kind of question is that? Take a moment to ponder what kind of organization Heiyue is. You found your answer, correct? Triple dot. So you're after a revenge. Oh, please keep such scandalous rumors to yourself. I've been merely referring to crisis management. At the end of the day, we only seek profits. And in situations where our profits are threatened, it is my sworn duty to crush our antagonizers through the appropriate methods. I fail to see what's so strange about that. Yeah? What an annoyingly shrewd man. Does requesting assistance from Heiyue's main office lie among those proper methods? Ah, it's calling in the big guns from Heiyue's main office. Awfully blunt, aren't we? My pride is at stake here. I have no such plans at this moment. Furthermore, there is no guarantee the main office will respect my wishes. They may intervene regardless. Well, I should be able to stave off direct intervention for a little while at least. Either way, we lack the proper knowledge of Ravage's current state, so we don't have an effective countermeasure for them. We're simply investigating their movements for the time being. Through our most reliable and cooperative employee, in fact. We requested Jin's assistance. He's the best of the best for these kind of undercover missions, yeah? Kia's identity. This isn't directly related to the case in question, but I figured I'd ask you while I'm here already. Do you really not know anything about Kia? Ah. Are you sure, Lloyd? Kia, you said. Is that a person's name, or perhaps some kind of code? Forgive me for speaking out of line. You're more serious than I expected. All I know is that Kia is the name of that little girl you took into custody after the Schwarz auction. Well, and that our dear collaborator offered you a small piece of advice there. The exhibits for the second half of the auction are all stored in the room over there. According to our information that was sent to Heiyue, there's a bomb, so to speak, among those items. I recommend you confirm it for yourselves. A large leather trunk will be exhibited in the second half of the auction. Inside the trunk is a bomb, which will only serve to jeopardize Ravage's position. We were able to receive that piece of information via our own networks. We've had no means of discerning who this informant was as of yet. However, in some ways, that only made it more credible. We wanted to be certain, so we asked our dear Master Yin to go check on it. Even in my wildest dreams, I never expected the true identity of the bomb to appear in the form it did. Looks like he's gonna feign ignorance till the very end. Let's assume you're telling the truth. Do you have an inkling as to who that informant might have been? Logically speaking, a bombshell of this magnitude points to the actions of a Ravage defector. However, taking into account the skill required to convey the information to us, they must be adept. At any rate, this is as far as our knowledge regarding Kia goes. I'd appreciate it if you believed me. Understood. Thanks for answering us honestly. No further questions. Now then, does that conclude your questioning? Yes, for the moment. I appreciate your cooperation. Do you mind if I give the department an outline of what we discussed? Do as you like, my friend. By the way, Detective Bannings, what's up? I'll be honest with you. This raid was far beyond what I thought Ravage was capable of. I was under the impression that I was fully cognizant of Ravage's strength, connections, and patterns. Yet they were able to pull off such a brazen attack on us in their weakened state. They've splendidly surpassed all my expectations. I must say, I am unbelievably excited for what's to come. I can't recall a moment in the last few years where a situation didn't proceed in the way I had planned. I finally wield my intellect to crush my foes without remorse. This truly is an indescribable joy. Dude, chill out. You're unbelievable. Do not think for one second that I will allow the police to ruin my fun. Although you're special, so I'll grant you a unique opportunity, so to speak. Will you be able to broker a resolution between both groups before Heiyue begins its all-out retaliation? I'll be eagerly awaiting your next move. Indeed. Well, that was something. They gave us plenty of useful information to work with, but can't believe they suggested the high possibility of a full-blown conflict. Things keep heating up the way they have. It's about to get real messy. We're screwed if they decide to have a firefight in the middle of town. Additionally, we have to consider the possibility that Heiyue may call for reinforcements. This is all sounding a bit too ominous. Sounds like we have a bit of time still, judging by what Cao said. At any rate, we can't leave Ravage unchecked any longer. We'd start by looking into it before Heiyue mobilizes their forces. I agree. Shall we visit each of the districts and question the citizens? No, we don't have enough time. It's time we go straight to the source. Let's go get our answers from Ravage directly. You're kidding, right? We may have gone there once before, but still. It's before the incident at the auction. Are we not acting too recklessly? Yeah, I can't imagine they'd overlook anything outside of Kia's case. There's something else I'm concerned about, though. What might that be? Garcia's movements. We've quarreled with him before, but he never seemed the type to be reckless. I was under the impression that he had a strong command over his subordinates. Good eye. He used to be a well-known Jaeger commander, in fact. I think he'd order his men to launch an assault on Heiyue like that. Well, there's a chance he ordered the attack on Heiyue. It's entirely possible that his subordinates acted independently. Certainly like to get to the bottom of this. I agree. A good idea to search for clues around their base. You guys want to head there now? We don't have a choice, do we? As long as we remain outside of the perimeter, the level of risk will be low. Let's go have ourselves a little stakeout. In the next part. So we'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.